Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. I'm your hostess. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, to share with you this latest free, timeless, general channeled tarot message from the Tarot in the Shadows series. So, if it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. If you're new here, thanks for choosing to subscribe and get all the notifications and giving these videos a thumbs up. If you're returning, thank you for holding it down for the new ones to come around. And any questions you have are below the video in the facts in the description box on YouTube. We're broadcasting for the first time live on Wisdom. So anybody on Wisdom, go to the bio. You'll find the link to watch the live video. And after these messages, we'll be right back. All right, so let's get in and see what we have for tonight. Tarot in the Shadows messages. I have your first off, last card of the night. Before we pull any cards, soplalo. For those of you who don't know, I am an entrepreneur. I'm a successful teen mom. I'm a grandmother. I'm a lot of things. And I love what I do because I love the energy that it brings. So from the postcards from Spirit, we're going to save that message to last. There's something that happens when we read the first message pulled last in order. And then it's so confirming. So let's see what we have from the P and Q Oracle for our Tarot in the Shadows message at this time. Please and thank you by divine design. Okay, here we go. This one wants to speak. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stars on the back. 7 is my number of spiritual wholeness and completeness. And it's because it's with stars, it feels like destiny, spiritual path. It feels very much like that. Let's see what we have on the front. It's the stars, a flag, and 2 red heads looking at it. So do we have some gingers in the house? Do we have some gingers in the house? 2 red heads. Red right now is giving me earth energy. So are we having 2 earth signs together? For someone, absolutely yes. But 2 people who are in their root chakra, being guided to pull from the book and read from the Psychic Tarot from the Heart Guidebook about the root chakra a little bit. It says, known as the basal root chakra, this energy center is situated at the base of the spine and is most closely related to all of your earthly issues such as survival, the physical body, issues of money, sustenance, safety, and shelter. Physical movement strengthens this chakra. Walk, dance, work in the garden, do anything that will get you moving. By energizing this chakra, you strengthen your right to have, and you will be blessed with the loving and supportive relationships that you truly deserve. Okay. Walk, dance, work in the garden. Physical movement strengthens this chakra. Physical movement strengthens this chakra. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please, and thank you. Physical movement strengthens this chakra. And this has to do with your physical body, your survival, money matters, sustenance, safety, and shelter. So if you've been feeling pretty homeless lately, get up and dance, baby. Dance, dance, dance. Uh-oh, boogie wonderland. Yeah, yes, maybe you need to get up and dance, exercise, or work in the garden. Do anything to get yourself moving. Take a little walk. You don't have to leave your house. So maybe you're like Monk and you don't like to leave your house. I used to watch that show. I really liked it. Did you guys ever like to watch Monk? Anyways, he didn't like leaving his house very much. Maybe he needed to strengthen his root chakra. If you're like Monk, maybe you could do some things inside your house. You don't have to leave your house to move your body, baby. One of my favorite things to do is come in and put my loudspeaker on and bump some music in the house. If you want in a lift, if you want in a boost, if you want to raise that vibration for yourself, you want more money flowing to you, you want to feel more secure, you want to feel stronger, you want to feel safer, you want your life to feel more stable, you want to feel alive, yeah, you want to thrive, move your body. Okay. And they keep saying it. I keep hearing it. So now, okay, fine. I'm saying it. I heard somewhere that it's like some secret, like men been keeping, like if they know, maybe they don't know, maybe they don't even realize, like so many masculine energies, not even just men, because y'all know I don't subscribe to, I was born with them, so it's difficult trying to talk to a non-binary and use their right pronouns and shit, because I'm 43 years old. I've been living this way for a long time. I talk how I talk. I was like, you talking about reversing 43 years program. Anyways, point is, whatever it is, masculine energies, they tend to do a lot of that stuff, where feminine energy is more like creative and sedentary. And then I can feel a bunch of women going off on me right now. And I'm like going off on me right now too, because I don't really just sit around. I know I got to sit around to do the readings, but I'm on the move. Like I'm always moving and grooving. That's why my time is so valuable. And I'm sure you feel the same way about yours. So there's something here about two people. Their root chakras are all the way colored in. So that's good. If they're red people, then it's saying the root chakra is all the way colored in you and in another in your experience. For some of you, you'll experience this whole reading, no matter how I talk about it, you'll experience it as you internally and emotionally inside world versus your outside experience and the actions that you're taking out there in your world. Some of you will experience this as a connection between you and another person in this reading. But if you're here, if you're listening, there's a reason for it. Everything in my world happens for a reason, and I'm the one talking. So if you hear there's a reason for it, sit down. You can listen to this message for free. If you want to get with me and get a personal reading at the end of this live session, then follow the directions in the description box here on YouTube, or go to the website, read about it, follow that $10 rule, and we get you in. All right. Whew. What do we have at this time? We have the stars and a flag and two redheads looking at it. So what is a flag? A flag is like used to identify your associations. They usually have to do with, it's something that sets you apart. So it could be an ism, a belief. It could be an idea, or it could be a location, or an organization that is prone to a certain action. They have flags. Okay, so there's something identifying, right? This one flag is so big. This one star is so big in the middle, and it's got the glittery. I wish I could tell if that orange or is red, the glittery here. Because if these are the two redheads, then that might be orange. Yeah, for y'all who don't know, I have a red-green deficiency, and I love it because my daughter is a tetrachrome. So that's awesome. Anyways, so the stars. How many stars are on the front here? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there's 6 stars down below that are like done in pencil, and there's 11 up above. That's getting me a whole lot of love from spirit coming in for you. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. The 6 stars on the bottom is giving me the number 6. It's a 6 year. First off, let's say it's a 6 year, because that's absolutely true. And then we have the fact that 6 is a number where it starts up above. If you think about the way the number 6 looks, it starts up above and it comes down, it wraps back around, and it forms a circle. So there's like this bringing down of energy from up above. And what's the energy up above? It's the 11 energy. So in that, we have both authority, independence, power, and duality at the same time. But it's a duality that's mirroring the the independence, the authority, the power, all of that. As above, so below energy on both sides of the table in this thing, but it's up in spirit. So that's telling me your spiritual divine and your spiritual masculine energies are aligned. Praise be. I love that energy. Keep doing that. If that's you, give yourself a kiss. Right there on the back of your hand. I deserve another one at that. You know, one for the feminine, one for the masculine. I love me. And if you love me, you shouldn't have no problem with kissing yourself neither, just like me. Okay. Anyways, let's keep going. What does the download oracle have for us? For your tarot in the shadows message at this time. What's the most important message that I'm to deliver? The most effective message that I am to deliver. And the card coming out, the imagery shows a long, dark road, and it shows a mountain. And there's some light on the other side of it. But there's lights also in the distance in the foreground of the mountain. And while this man is walking down this long, dark road, I see a patch of water in the road in front of him. I'm just saying. Road hazard. Anyways, and then the most significant part of this whole card, which I hope you noticed it first too. When I saw this image, I noticed it first. It's the light that's coming in directly to him. In the back of the card, it says, "It sure is great to be blessed." It sure is great to be blessed. So just so you know, you can place an order for this deck. Okay. It's my design. So you get that on my website. Okay. I need to go ahead and put DeBri's link on my website, you guys. Oh my goodness, why didn't I think about that? Go check out the great folks over at DeBri. If you're not buying my decks and you're looking for a new tarot deck, that's fine. Go check out the folks at DeBri. My link is in the bottom of the YouTube video and the facts as well. You could get 20% off. Okay. And then it benefits the channel as well. So it sure is great to be blessed, you guys, in the energy and tarot in the shadows tonight. Are you feeling yourself? Feeling yourself? You're feeling yourself? You're feeling yourself? Yes, I love. And it's like you're feeling secure. I feel like you're feeling secure. I see that you're feeling safe. I see that you're feeling like no matter where you're at, whether or not you're in your skin, you're always good. You're always got everything that you need. But sometimes while you're out there can be some unpleasant experiences in that. And it's so helpful for those of you who are like, I don't know what you're talking about, girl. You crazy. I'm going through it like nobody business right now. I don't know what you're talking about at all. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's you, then I was like, well, why don't you just think about what you got around you, girl? You're like, what you talking about? What do I got around me right now? And I was like, girl, what do you have around you right now? First off, we got these walls that surround you. You got walls that surround you. That's one thing you got around you. They're there to protect you. They're there to make you feel safe. They're there for whatever. Girl, these ain't my walls, but they there, right? Or girl, yeah, I just got these walls, but ain't nothing on them. Well, hold on. We're not talking about what you don't have. We're talking about what you do have. Because like I said from a long time ago, if all you have is one left sock and one right shoe, you better be grateful that you do. And you know what? The more you be grateful for that left sock and that right shoe, before you know, you're going to have two shoes and two socks. And they might even match. And then at some point, you'll have some place to put it. If you only focus on what you have that you're grateful for. Find a way to be grateful for what you have. Man, beautiful girls got beautiful, long, straight hair. They want to cut it short. They want to, and somebody else is paying thousands of dollars just to get some long, straight hair. Somebody out there got gorgeous, natural, full curls. Oh my God. Like Carolina, she started using specialized curly hair products. And oh my God, she put nothing in her hair. I was like, girl, y'all curls. Oh my God. She's like, is this new product I'm using? I'm like, it's freaking awesome. She embraced what she had. You know what I'm saying? When you feel like you don't have too much, maybe you don't feel, you're like, girl, I wish I could give me some specialized hair. Well, what do you have? You have something, especially if you listen to this message, girl, you at least got a laptop, a cell phone. You got your kid's cell phone. You got your neighbor's cell phone. I don't care what it is. You're grateful for what? For that. I don't care what's going on at any point in time. You need to get a lot better at being the private investigator. Where is the love, peace, and happiness in this? What the heck just happened? Not even talking right now, just saying. But it's like, you can pay attention to what's not working out for you, to what the problem is, but as long as your focus is on problems, you're going to be oriented and aligned with problems. So tonight's message is saying, be oriented with feeling blessed. Or if you don't like the word blessed, put the right word in there. Just leave out stressed and disappointed and hurt and angry and weak and unable. All that. Can we just uncreate and destroy the last 10 seconds of my talking, please? And thank you. We don't even need those words on this show. What the heck is going on, though? You first got to identify what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. You've been focusing on the wrong thing. You're looking at the wrong thing. And I'm listening to what I'm saying. And it's like, yeah, because you know what? I can't remember how many times I had to say that to different ones. And it's like, okay, but Melinda, the words out of your mouth are coming out of your mouth for you. And so how is it you've been giving this great advice, but it's kind of flown over your head how it applied to you? If you've been given some great advice, if you've been channeling some messages, if you've been putting down some pearls of wisdom somewhere, you really need to check yourself right now on, are you honoring those in yourself? And it was beautiful because, so maybe sometimes you don't realize what you were doing, but once you realize what you're doing, now you're accountable. And you're also able to take your power back in that situation. Awareness is everything. Without awareness, like, you don't know you have power to do, you don't understand. There's science behind all of this at this point already. But if you don't know better, you won't do better. And so the situation has gotten as frustrating as it has for so many, and so many different ways, on so many different levels of humanity, like from the family unit to the work unit to the societal unit to fill in the blanks. There's so many. But what is working out? I spend so much time focused on issues and problems and issues and problems, but it's just like a plant. If you don't water it, if you don't take care of it, it's not going to work. It's just going to not grow. It's going to die. It's not because you water it something different. It doesn't matter if you water it. If you water it, if you're putting water on it, it don't matter if you put food coloring in it. It's still going to grow. By the way, you can tint light colored flowers if you put food coloring in your water and let it soak it up. And then fine. That's how they tint flowers. Somebody needs to know that. Somebody tints flowers. Somebody here is an amazing florist. That's awesome. Let me know if you want to donate some flowers for the retreat this year. Put you on my flyers. Anyways, there's been too many tints going on in here. It's time to get the tints out. Looking at the wrong thing. You got a lot working out for you. You got ears to hear. You got eyes to see. You have electricity, praise, and connectivity. Yay. All that is working out. What else is working out right now? Something else is working out. That is a very strong message for today. So you've been in so many situations and circumstances in your life, and it just felt like nothing was going right. And that was a powerful point of focus. Be very proud of yourself if all you've got right now is, man, I've been focusing on the wrong thing. And what I learned was I'm a real powerful creator. I've been doing that so well. I wonder what it'd be like if I focus on something better. It don't cost you no money. You ain't even got to go to a gym to take this action right here. All you got to do is begin to be aware. And here we go. It's time to move some energy, yo. Some of you will say it's a prayer. Some will say it's an affirmation. Some will say it's magic. I can do magic, baby. Whatever vernacular you speak, we speak all these languages. If there was a word for it, it would be syncretism. Thank you, Santos Bonacci, for tying some things together. So thankful, grateful. Give me one moment. Breathe with me while I breathe. It's coming through when it's coming through. This is very interesting. This is very new. When you say, I don't know, you'll clear everything out. And when you say, I know, and I'm pretty sure in a minute I'll remember what I know, it's somewhere in there. Somewhere in there. And what you're thinking about is it's somewhere in the collective consciousness, and you're opening the pathway of possibility for that to flow through. What you got to understand is it's always seeking to flow to you. It's always flowing to you. You can't fucking stop it. It's not seeking to flow to you. It's my language. We talk a lot of French in here, if that's what you like to call it. Anyways, yeah, it's always flowing to you. You cannot remove yourself from it. All you can do is put these beautiful words in place. What was the energy moving thing we were going to do? All we can do is put these words in place that could either open up that energy or block it from you. And when it shuts down, you're going to feel it shut down. That's why you experience all the chaos and the lower vibrational emotions and experiences that are attached to them. I hear, and how can you detach from them? They said, it's done, it's already done. This time it was done by your breathing with me. If you stopped and you breathed with me, it was done for you. I love that. Thank you. Come through, come through. I love it when you do. All right. Are we going to move something here? If it's worth your love, it says something, says something. Okay, if it's worth your time, why can't you spend some time blessing your life, pouring appreciation over everything that you have? If you knew that that was how you watered the plant and that's how it grew and bore fruit, how much time would you spend holding that money in your hand, that one penny you got, that $1 somebody gave you, or that $100 bill, that last $100 bill? Is it going to still be your last $100 bill, or is it just another $100 bill? They come and go. They come and go. They come and go. And based on how you use them in a high vibrational way, they really want to come to you because of the investment you make with them. See, they have their own, they are energy. They are energy just as you are energy. Everything in physicality is all made of atoms. You see, you learned that in middle school if you went to school around when I was in middle school. I don't know what they're teaching these days. But I learned that everything is made of atoms. We're all made of the same thing. And so here, everything in the physical is a side effect of the spiritual. But all spirit is not always physical. All physical cannot exist without the spiritual. Period. And what is the spiritual? Here we could be talking about the universe. We could be talking about God. We could be talking about Goddess. We could be talking about Jehovah. We could be talking about Allah. We could be talking about all these different vernaculars. Which one do you like? Just plug in your favorite one right there. Because to me, it's the all that isness. The first of the Hermetic principles. Check out the Kybalion. I think I paid like $5 or $6 for this book. I don't know, but it was well worth it. It's awesome. The Kybalion. Kybalion. Kyba lion. There you go. All right. So Kyba lion. Interesting. So you can know why bullshit asses are lying. Okay. Woo! You can understand the mechanics behind it. Why is it that certain things are promoted and other things are not? When what you need to pay attention is to what you want to grow in this. You have something. You want it to grow. I heard, was it Damon John that said, I'm not sure who it was. If you pay attention to your top, say 3% or 10% of best performers, whatever that is, what's your top performers? Let's say in business, this will be your clientele. In your personal life, this would be maybe the best qualities you love of yourself, or your best spiritual trait, or your best possession, or your best whatever it is, your best, fill it in the blank. What do you want to focus on that you are so grateful and appreciative of, and you're like, I'm glad I got at least this, instead of calling it not enough, instead of calling it your last? Can you just getting an appreciation for it. If you knew that doing that, holding it, touching it, thinking about it, being an appreciation of it, made it grow, how much more would you keep it on you? It's interesting. But when you do it from a place of anger, now you send it across current. Now you're sending it across current, and this current that's more empowered, the current that's been more worn in your synaptic patterning of your brain, the one that's shot off more often than the other, is the one that's going to win every time, because there's a cross current. It's going to go where the energy pattern is used to going in your brain, in your synaptic patternings. So here, for some, what we're talking about is changing the synaptic patterning of your brain by changing your point of focus, by finding ways to transmute the energies of the things that you don't care for, by learning what it's saying to you, because it's in your experience. So lately, the thing that we've been saying is I read cards, but more than that, I read life. And I bet that's true for you too. I bet that was true for you too. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. We went in. We still didn't bring that spell, those words. We already did it. It's already done. And they've been doing it all the time. And that's what it always is. And when they say yes, yes, and they give that audible agreement, it's just they're choosing to align with this in the conscious realm. The spirit already chose it. Okay. All right, so we had 2 cards come out of the Abukra. It says, lack of harmony in romantic life, you being as much as fault. A kind word will work wonders and cost so little. Are you too big to be humble, or so small you cannot rise above the barrier of pride? Let's see what the other one says. By determination and utilizing your wisdom, you will overcome the many obstacles in your path, thus enabling you to satisfy the demands of your wishes and desires. Interesting. So what I see is there's a situation here. There was both sides at fault in some sort of way. Okay, is it pride on? Are you too proud? Okay. Something about cost. Somebody is too proud. And I heard, I ain't too proud to pay. Okay. Interesting. Somebody who was too proud, but the situation went to a point where it made you have to take some kind of action, is what I get. Because here you go. And we're talking in past tense. Some of you are feeling this in your present tense. Some of you are feeling this in your present tense. Many of you are going to be feeling like this. That by determination and utilizing your wisdom, you will overcome the many obstacles in your path. You're right. You feeling like this, you're right. Doesn't matter what comes your way. You can get through it. Thus enabling you to satisfy the demands of your wishes and desires. So here you are now, able to meet your own wishes and desires because of utilizing the wisdom and your determination to get through it. And I hear, ain't no mountain high enough. Yeah, because it ain't no mountain high enough to keep you from getting to what you're getting to. Some of you get into that family experience. Some of you get into that sexual experience. That's really the next one you want to say. Some of you are getting to that spiritual experience. Some of you are getting to that bag. All right. Let's see what we have from the Universe Has Your Back Oracle. What is the perfect message for the download at this time? All right. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Surrendering to the powerful presence of love. And that's literally what it's talking about. You want to get more of what feels like being blessed. You are in that energy. You know you're blessed. How is that true? And I hear that this conversation is coming up a lot as well, because there are so many of you who are, thank you, who are meeting up with others at this time. And this is a message that you'll be moved to deliver to them by the source divine. Fill in the blank with your vernacular here. Okay. Thank you. What do we have from the Divine Energy Oracle for tonight's Tarot in the Shadows episode? Please and thank you. Let's get a card. Here we go. This one won't stop. Focus on success. Hello. Focus on success. So simply put. All right. Let's see what are 3 factors in tonight's Tarot in the Shadows episode. What are the 3 main factors for tonight's Tarot in the Shadows episode? First one flew to the floor. Okay, let me get, just 2 more, please, and thank you. 1 and 1 more. There we go. 2. All right. The bottom of the tea leaf fortune cards is the camel. It says, persevere and you will overcome problems. Hello. I'm so thankful and grateful that we channel this through so perfectly. Yes, we do. Every time. Okay, by divine design. And you resonate with it, not because you're taking up the energy of my show, not because of anything other than the fact that the collective consciousness, the divine consciousness, God, source, whatever, knows, the universe, the future self, the higher self, all knows the all, because it is the all. It is spirit without physical limitation. Therefore, I can channel what that is, because we are that. All of us are. I don't need to tap into you. You don't have to reach out to me. Somebody's going to be watching this video like, I don't know, 150 years from now, and I'm going to be dead by then. Or am I? Will I? In the physical flesh body, maybe. But the message is still going to be perfect, because it's by divine design. In the universe and God and whatever vernacular you like, is not limited by time. Okay. Back to these messages. Scissors. Disappointment in some affair. But this is face up. It landed face up, so I feel like you already know this. You already know that something was a disappointment. What's face down, though? We have the carrot. Opportunity or windfall. So this is what you need to know. And what else? The moon. Changes in your life. Yeah, as you cut this situation out, anything where your point of view or the energies that you're allowing around you are not conducive, you're making the cut. Did you make the cut or not? Yes, I love. Okay, so you're focused on success, which means certain things just can't be in your awareness anymore. You don't want to look at them because it doesn't feel good when you look at them. So that's good. Is it a person? And is it ideas? It's probably a person, ideas, and some stuff sitting around somewhere. Look, you got some stuff sitting around somewhere in front of you, and you're like, I should have been took care. Can you please take care of it already? Guidance. Ease. Honey, things feel a lot easier once you follow that guidance that you've been getting. That guidance to focus on your blessings. And it's like, give it a try. What's it going to hurt? What does it cost you to think about just ask the question, how is this working out for me? How is that situation benefiting me? Just don't try to answer it. Don't try to answer it and let the answer come through. So if it's something you already been thinking, that's not the answer. Otherwise, you would have had a shift, an energetic shift in you, and you would have elevated your energy, because it wouldn't be holding you down no more. It wouldn't feel so bad anymore. Once you find where this was serving you well, that's when you're going to have that shift. It's going to put you in this state of ease. And right now, that you could be reaching for that right now. You could be totally reaching for that right now. So it's like when I realized, like, I'm grateful for my father with his suicide, because that was, and boy, that's still for so many people, like it, I watched their reaction to it. And that's the part now that's uncomfortable, because then I have to explain that, look, it was all the trauma that I went through surrounding that made me figure out, like, I got emotional issues, and I'm kind of like maybe bipolar or something. I don't know. But anyways, they gave me some pills. I tried to take them things, and yeah, my body, my spirit wouldn't let me. My spirit wouldn't let my body, and so I just stopped, and it all came through. If all you got to do is change your choices, you're making a choice every time. What if all you have to do is just change your choices? Well, there's a hell of a thought. And I began to change my choices. Instead of letting the rage take over me, I would go wash dishes or go bump some music and feel better. Whatever I needed to do to let it pass. So I wouldn't go to the extremes that I was going to before. And it takes, so I was around 21 when that happened. And I feel like after 21 years of learning and growing that behavior, it took another 21 years to really get a hold on it. You really got a hold on me. Screaming the crazy bitches in the basement. They all dancing happy, having shots. In the basement. But now the basement is a toolbox. Now the basement is a toolbox. It's the ready room. It's the ready room. We're ready if we need you. But there's no locks on the doors no more. The doors, okay, why? Because been figuring this stuff out. Even his suicide gave me a blessing. And what was it? Making the choice that, all I got to do is make a different choice. And that's how it all started. And then I had this it was a major epiphany when I first got it. It was, I believe, in 2008, about December. Could be 2009 or even up to 2010. Anyway, it was change your mind and you change your life. I remember how significant it was to me. That's why their memes are called memes. It's named after me, Melinda. Yeah, me. Anyways, the bottom of the deck is communicate. Communicate. I heard once you get it out, you feel so much better. Yeah, immediately I heard once you get it out, you feel so much better. And then I touched the heart bowl. So here you are. You say something to create a change because changes are coming your way. And it's like, I see you at a fork in the road. You're going to have to choose to go. You can go your own way. You're going to have to choose to go this way or that way. You can't go both ways. And somebody else is going the other way. And you got to go this way. And there's others going that way too, but you don't really know them. So, shit, what do? Well, you keep going the way you're supposed to go. Say bye to your friend. Bye, friend. Nice meeting you. Bye, friend. Because in this hammock that's in the ease, in your guidance, there's only one person up there. Looks like only one person up there just lounging on their own, just chilling, doing the thing. Okay, let's look what's coming out of the tarot. We have the Affirmators tarot deck here. All right. Whew. In your energy, we have the Lovers. When I first looked at it, it was upside down. So that would say either if you didn't make the choice and the universe ripped two people apart, but chances are you made the choice. But you were faced with a decision. Like I said, you were at the fork in the road. You had no choice but to make a choice at this point. Otherwise, you could just stand there and not do shit. See if you can grow some roots. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is telling me as well, like, you're a busy bee. There's a bunch of bees on here. There are actually 5 bees. The worker bees, 5 being the pivoting point between 1 and 9, is that shifting point. So the energy... And then I'm thinking about San Tarot and how she talks about bees being interdimensional travelers or something like that. But the bees creating change. So the energy is creating change. And it's like, what are you going to water? You've been thinking about your long term. You've been trying to figure out, well, what can I do to have a long term? Somebody here, okay, somebody's story is coming through really strong. You had a consultation, some sort of sit down with a person about your investments and what you can do to begin to invest in something that doesn't require your physical presence and very little physical efforts. You're like looking for ongoing passive residual income. Thank you. I'm like, it's in there. Can you bring it to the forefront? Thank you. Yeah. So somebody here, you've been having, well, it looks like it's working. I just want you to know that. Some of you are like, hell yeah, girl, I've been thinking about ongoing passive residual income for a long time. How great that will be. Okay. Well, stop thinking, I don't know how. Leave that out of it. Leave that out of the spell. Stop thinking, I can't do it. Leave that out of the spell. Yeah, but that won't work for me. Leave that out of the spell. What we want to put in the spell is the success of it. Oh man. But you gotta, the best time to do it is when you've been up there dancing, doing Boogie Wonderland. When you're in Boogie Wonderland. And it don't matter how you get there. You can get there from looking at your grandbaby picture. Oh my God, my grandbabies are so cute. I look at their pictures like, oh, my papas, I love them so much. And then now they're 6 and 7 years old, and their old baby pictures, their newborn pictures, their 1-year-old pictures, all this stuff be coming up on Facebook and memories. Oh my God, what is it that gets you like that fast? You got something, figure out what it is. Find it. And if you don't know what it is, then that's a perfect question to ask the universe, God, whatever, your guides, your higher self, the same question again. Okay, so what is it that I could focus on? What is the most advantageous point of focus for me? Boom. Just leave the question. Really? Another deck? Okay. What is the most, writing this down, making a new card for the deck, advantageous point of focus for me now? Now, the thing about the question is not to try to fill it in with what you know, because what you know, you're drawing from your memory bank, whether you realize it or not. What you know is coming from the memory bank, which is a combination of information that you've absorbed, read, heard, saw. You absorbed it somewhere through this human experience. When it comes in, it's going to come in like, imagine this is those perforated paper towels, these 2 cards I'm holding together. You know how perforated paper towels, you rip one off and it's a little one, or you could take 2 and take them together, right? So I always say a download feels like if this first if this first tarot card is 1 second, and the second card is second number 2, if it was the perforated towels, and that little line, that perfect little line of dots that go down the middle, that would be how long it takes you to get a whole box of information that takes you all this time to explain what Spirit showed you, and then it's on point. And then, and what came through the other day, and then once you get that, what happens is now the brain kicks into action. There's a difference between your brain and your mind. Okay, the brain is the computer part. The mind is the part that processes all the spiritual stuff and everything. It's the left side, more energy. That's where, how would say it cleaner? Say it softer. How can we say it softer? So point of focus. What's the most advantageous point of focus for me now? Go back, go all the way back. Okay. Go back, go all the way back. Okay, we're going back to the beginning. What was the first thought? The divine mind delivered it in that split second of time between second 1 and second 2. Yeah. And then you got all this time to process, and you're like mind blown, and you're like epiphany, and you're like, I got to write this down. I got to talk about it. I got to something. You're trying to call somebody to tell them or something like that. Okay, that's the divine mind. then the physical brain kicks in and starts to begin to try to process it. It just received new information. So we got to incorporate that into our system. So we got to process it. Now, where can we file this away at in our brain? Well, it doesn't go over here and it doesn't go over there. Why do we not we're looking for somewhere to focus this or to file this in the brain. That's what's happening when you're sitting there hemming and hawing, going back and forth, when your mind is having, and when you're doing monkey mind shit, and your brain is just going every which way, and you're coming up with one thing and another thing, and nothing makes sense of anything that you say. But you're like explaining away sometimes some of the best ideas you've ever had. What it really is the divine mind's giving you something new. You've tapped in, you channeled it through. And then the brain is going to spit out the one that hits the most synaptic points in your brain, scientifically speaking. What is that logically? Oh, well, that doesn't make any sense. Nobody's ever done that before. Oh, is that right? Well, such and such a person did that, and that didn't work for them. Oh, is that right? See, your brain is not have that connection to this experience and the success in it, because the success was shown to you in the divine mind thought. And it's like, then the next thought comes in. So you say, well, I don't know about that. Then it gives you another thought, because it's still trying to compute. It's still trying to compute. So if you're an overthinker, this is what's happening with the mind mechanics. And your brain is still trying to compute. Where does this get filed at? We are looking for the appropriate filing box in our brain storage system of everything that we ever take in to put this in. And I can't find the box. So I'm going to look at this box. Well, this one looks most sensible. Well, let's go to the next most sensible one. Well, so by the time you're fourth, fifth idea down the road of you monkey minding, you done detached from the divine design 5 times. So what is channeling and psychic ability? It's the ability to channel it through and not filter it through all of the brain's bullshit, for lack of for potty mouth that we have. So in your energy, this lovers today, in your physical experience, some of you did separate from some energies. Some of you realized in the past that you were divided within yourself, and you began to harmonize your divine feminine and your divine masculine by allowing the spiritual, inner, creative, loving, soft energy to guide through the intuition, to guide the physical actions for you. And you came into, and it's in reverse for this. If this is you've already come into balance with that, right? So where are you at it? Did you just separate? Are you separating yourself from yourself? Maybe you've been balanced. Somebody out there has. You've been in balance, but now there's something sort of connection you accepted, and now you personally feel detached from yourself because you're beginning to give yourself away. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Yeah, okay, so lover's energy. Some of you could be Gemini watching. Okay. You're going to get 4 clarifiers from my handmade clarifying tarot deck. Let's see what we have for the lovers in your energy. Thank you. Coming out as the King of Cups. Emotional mastery, baby. That King of Cups energy is emotional mastery energy. Let's see what else we have. Is the 6 of Wands. Ah, I love that. In your victory pose. I heard in your victory pose. Uh-huh. In your Heisman stance. You've overcome some challenges here. You took some actions from a place of emotional mastery to overcome obstacles, challenges, to remove yourself from a fight. This is beautiful. The Death card, this is a whole transformation in your life. Like you just went through a whole transformation, a whole level up energy. You just had a whole rebirth. You so are not who you used to be right before this situation was. You'd have changed. I heard some of you are just not going to be giving extra chances to anybody anymore. You're like, I've learned something after this many years in my life. You say, giving these chances, it only Only when it's by divine inspiration does it ever work out. And sometimes it's not by divine inspiration. It's by but I heard it's by compilation. So is it from being compelled sometimes where you're following the suggestions of others in your experience because you're talking too much in the past? Okay. Is that what you were doing? Well, whatever you were doing, what you need to know is you're overcoming a whole lot of challenges and obstacles through emotional mastery. Okay. And I told you the death of the freaking 5 of Wands, the 6 of Wands. That's why I was so happy, because I knew you had some problems in the past. And there it is. The 5 of Wands is dead. Victory mode, emotional mastery. Perfect. The King of Cups is a master of emotions. So what that means, master of emotions, I can give my love to this or I could not. That's just it. My love, I know how to turn it on and turn it off. Not necessarily my love, but what people call love. My presence, my actions. And you know what? I know how to not take responsibility for others and how they feel, and not how to not make others responsible for how I feel, and how to own responsibility for how I feel. So, did you already ask the question, what is the most advantageous point of focus for me in this? Maybe you had that idea. Maybe you didn't ask with those words, but you had that idea already, and you just saw yourself feeling better and doing something better. You felt yourself connected. Somebody did some sort of meditation, or I see like a sauna or some kind of sitting area. It's very secluded and very dimly lit. And I don't know if these are vapors I'm seeing or if it's smoke. And I'm hearing ayahuasca. Somebody here. And you were like, yeah, I gotta take some time and take care of me, because I've been in a whole battle. So some of you, maybe you didn't do it in the physical 3D, but that's what your spiritual energy was doing, regardless of what your 3D was doing. And for some of you, doing that spiritually gave you the physical push finally, because as above, so below. So you are aligned with what you needed to do in the spiritual that helped push it through to the physical. Okay, the King of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, and there's that determination. Where was that card at? Something here said something about determination. Yeah. By determination and utilizing your wisdom, you will overcome the many obstacles in your path, thus enabling you to satisfy the demands of your wishes and desires. Okay. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. Okay. From the Handmade Oracles, what is the download message that I'm to deliver at this time by divine design? All right, here we go. Your first card out on your position is talking about I am creative. Every moment used making use of any of my creative talents is always stimulating all other creative fields in my life as well. I will be showing you the fruits of this for the rest of my life. It took many adjustments to get here. I am here now on all time, space, and in dimensions. And anything that doesn't allow that, would you like to uncreate and destroy right now? Yes, yes. Yeah. Ooh. Put some in the comments if you feel it. If you feel it. Well, I guess if you're live, really on the first, we're going to only let memberships in. Yeah, really, we're going to only let memberships comment in the first. Okay. Other than that, they can comment on the replay. Okay. And so memberships start at $2.99, guys. Okay. Transparency is at the bottom of the deck, operating in such a way that it is easy for others to see what actions are performed. It implies openness, communication, and accountability. Again, like I said, you started realizing where you had power to create change in your experience, because at the end of the day, it was your choice to accept whatever you accepted. And once you decided, I'm not accepting that no more, that's not what it's going to be for me no more, I'm not doing that no more, then you made the adjustments, and now here you are. Now you find yourself here, completely connected to you. That's a beautiful place to be. Let's see what's the dedication in your position at this time. That card just flew out the deck. Like, it's like, finally it's my turn. It feels like a kid that's like in a rush in the lunch line at school. Oh my goodness. And it's like, finally it's my turn. Okay. What's the song you have coming out? Oh, wow. Luther Vandross, Dance with My Father Again, is the song that's coming out. So, interesting. There's something here about, first off, is it your father in spirit? Or is it your mother in spirit? Is it someone in spirit? What's at the bottom of the deck? Always and forever from Heat Wave. Okay. Some of you, this is a situation where what's been guiding you through the whole thing is your loved one in spirit. That's what I got to say about that. Yeah. This is a situation you've been feeling through this experience. You've been getting you've been thinking about them or somebody here. You learned some harsh lessons, some difficult lessons because of the experience that you saw somebody else go through. And that's who's coming up here. And they're in spirit right now. Okay. They're not in a physical vessel at this time. They have submitted that back and they've gone to full surrender mode. Yeah. That person is shouting out to you and they're so proud of you. I hear Jim and I hear Paul, but I hear for all of you. Somebody says, I don't know nobody like that. I said, okay, but listen, you don't know how deep your lineage goes, your spiritual lineage. You don't know who they were. Your spiritual lineage is through the mother, and you don't know who those women were. You don't know 4 and 5 and 6 generations back. If you got a book, that might be nice, but does that book really teach you about this person? Questions. Yeah, you got them. And these ones have been around watching for a long time, and they are that spiritual energy. So for some of you, even if you don't think you know, that was for everybody. There's somebody in spirit. And it's God loving you for those of you who like that talk better. Let's look at your 3D experience in this. Let's look at your 3D experience in this. The little self with the little handmade words of clarity deck. Okay, look at you. I love that. Experience, solve. We talked about being focused on solutions already and the importance of that. And now it's coming through. So I'll be pulling 2 more for each position. Yes. Experience and solve. I love. What's at the bottom of the deck? Hold on. At the bottom of the deck, we have usefulness. You had to find the usefulness of every experience. Yes, my father's suicide gave me all these crazy issues, abandonment issues, issues of betrayal, whatever. I don't know anymore. They're far removed. It made me feel abandoned. It made me feel hurt. It made me feel betrayed. I remember 16 candles. And that shit used to make me cry all the time. But when I realized like it was all part of the divine design, it was actually the catalyst to give me the advanced AP class for spiritual awakening and evolution. And get all this stuff in there. Get all this stuff in there because you're going to talk, and you're going to talk a lot. You're going to talk to a lot of people all around the world. Let's see the spiritual experience here. What is the Tarot in the Shadows message? What is the Tarot in the Shadows message in the spiritual experience in your energy? First off, okay, interesting. We have frustration, upright, uncertain in reverse, and patience in reverse. Okay. So where have you been focused on your frustration? Oh, it's so frustrating. I say that all the time. Oh, and it's so frustrating. They're like, can you stop saying it now? We say it and it's like, it's nothing. We don't think about it. But it's just an experience that happened. Oh, I had an experience that was interesting. Instead of, it's so frustrating. Something happened, it was so frustrating, or I got so mad, or it pissed me off. Uncertain and impatience are in reverse. You didn't know what it was. It was the limiting thought, belief, idea, energy that you were holding on to. It was presenting distance between you and your success in some type of way. It had a lot to do with this frustration. I get so frustrated when feeling the blank. Yeah, that's what you've been doing. And they're like, it's just an experience. And the frustration was teaching you something. Or did you need to learn more patience? Did you need to learn how to have more faith? Did you need to learn when to be certain of what you already knew and take action on stuff that you've been knowing about, but you didn't want to take action on it? The bottom of the deck, what do you believe? I thought I already had read the bottom of this deck, but I guess not. What do you believe? What a fool believes, he receives. I don't know the rest of it. But it's interesting because I had errands to run, and that song was on my head, and it was replaying out. What a fool believes. Yeah, he receives. It was playing. It was playing. I kept hearing it. So who's the fool? You are the fool. You know why you're the fool? Because the fool in the tarot is the journey. It's the traveler. It's the one that goes through each of the stages of the major arcana and does the actions of all the minor arcana. Tarot lesson right quick. How's that? And how is that going to influence your readings? Okay. What else? So, what a fool believes, he receives. How many? It's been a while since we said it. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. But you can't hold it in your head with your heart all blocked up and jammed. Heart got to be flying high. I'm riding high. Yeah, your heart got to be riding high at that point. The energy of the heart has to be elevated. That's why I say go dance. Dance. Boogie Wonderland. Okay, in the situation, what do we have happening? The Four of Swords. Oh, it's break time. It's the chill and heal card. Look at you. Learn how to meditate. Getting good at it. Falling asleep sometimes in the beginning, I heard. Maybe still falling asleep. Sometimes not. Isn't it the most beautiful thing when you're in meditation and you feel the energy just move all over your body? It's like, so good. This Four of Swords being clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Four of Wands, start and stop. I'm getting start and stop, 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 start and stop. And they're being really. We're not going to say the F word. No, not the F bomb, but this one. We're not going to say it. They're messing with me now. Okay, look, messing with me now. The Ace of Swords and the 11 of Swords. The 11 of Swords because there's the 10 of Swords here. So we say 11 of Swords? Yes, I just said 11 of Swords. The 10 of Swords and the Ace of Swords makes the 11 of Swords. What is the 11 of Swords? The 11 of Swords is the Page of Swords. Some tarot decks are not going to have Jack, Page, Knight, Queen, and King, or Jack, They'll have the number 11. It's also the Justice card, sometimes the Strength card. Those two are deeply intertwined. And it's the truth. And the truth is, this has to end. So there you are, having that great epiphany, like, this is over, can't do this no more. Okay, yeah, this start, stop shit, gotta go. I'm done with it. Okay. Break time. Time to chill and heal. Is it 4 months in your own energy? I love how the Four of Swords has the Seven of Swords in it. Never noticed that about this card before. The Four of Swords has the Seven of Swords in it because it has 3 bordering swords. And that's the divine plan. The Seven of Swords is the divine plan in its highest vibration. Seeing the divine plan. So it's taking time to see the divine plan in this. And you know that what you realize is this situation is not part of the divine plan. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to turn right at the fork of the road. Oh, you gotta go left. Okay, bye friend. It was nice knowing you then. Our cultural, this is perfect oracle to go with this. Our cultural backgrounds are as diverse as our upbringing. I am doing all I can to merge with you peacefully. Compromising. So, interesting. Here you've been trying to compromise with someone in a connection, and you're like, you're like, I've compromised too much of myself. Can't keep compromising myself at this point. It's time to end this. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, hot and cold. And I get the vibe. Yeah, what they're showing me is somebody who does it for a week or two, and then everything is right back to hell in a handbasket. Okay. These interesting. I love. Okay. So from the dedications deck, we have a song from Miranda Lambert. It's Mama's Broken Heart. I cut my bangs with some rusty kitchen scissors. I screamed his name till the neighbors called the cops. I numbed the pain at the expense of my liver. Don't know what I did next. All I know, I couldn't stop. Word got round to the barflies and the Baptists. My mama's phone started ringing off the hook. I can hear her saying she ain't gonna have it. Don't matter how you feel, it only matters how you look. Go and fix your makeup, girl. It's just a breakup running. Hide your crazy and start acting like a lady. 'Cause I raised you better. Gotta keep it together even when you fall apart. This ain't my mama's broken heart. Yeah. It's over, but you ain't crying. I heard you did all that reparations in yourself with whoever else was in this experience. You said your goodbyes, you made your peace while you were there crying about it. Yeah. Some of you, you know that somebody else over there, they a whole mess behind you leaving. And some of you bawled your freaking head off because you just never thought that the two of you would separate. And I'm getting a card from the download oracle coming through for you. It says, at the end of the day, you have to remember that the only real ride or die you gonna have is you, because everyone else is a side piece. You never know how long they're gonna stay. And I don't care if it's your mama, your child, your cousin, your brother, your uncle, your best friend, or your lover, or your wife, or your mistress. I don't care who it is in your experience. Everybody at some point, there's downtime, there's separation, there's differences. At some point, there's forks in the road. Now that we've come. Okay, in your physical experience, trust is here. Trust. All right, also in your physical experience, luxury, but it was looking at me in reverse. Okay. So, in this experience, what had to come to an end is like, you're like, this isn't honoring my value and my worth. And I trusted my value and my worth. And I trust in my cravings and my standards and my boundaries. Yeah, all that. In the spiritual, in this experience, look at you choosing your peace. Look at this. Peace. I love that. So let's see what's going on. Who or what is on the other side of the table? We have the Five of Swords. I told you. Oh my God. Somebody here is all up in their head. Completely like sabotaging. Back and forth in their own head. Somebody here is. And you saw this about this person. Like, which way are you going? Which way are you going? They're always going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I heard in a conversation with this person, you can even stay on point, because the minute you're talking about what matters to you and what's happening and what your feelings are, and you're making communication about what's on your mind, attention is, excuse me, there are attempts to divert the attention to anything else. evasion tactics get put into play. So you can't even stay on point with this person. Now, interestingly enough, they're also bordered by 3 swords because it's a swords card. And 5 plus 3 equals 8, which means they're creating an energy stuck in their head. Interesting. Okay, thank you. Now, the 3 of Wands. This is so they're expecting more problems. Okay, but 3 of Wands is ships coming in and the world. Okay, it's over. They're feeling separated from what they want. They're feeling like this is the type of person. Well, you just got up and went to the bathroom, and then you come back and they're like, "Oh, I missed you so much." I'm like, "You missed me so much." Boy, you might want to watch out what you're talking about, because talking about you missing me, you're gonna end up really missing me. Like, you don't understand the spell, the power of the spell you cast. You're casting a powerful spell there, buddy. Okay. The 10 of Pentacles coming up next with the King of Wands. Okay. Yeah, somebody here has a whole lot going on for themselves. They got a whole world at their hands. Yes, they do. But their head ain't right. Somebody here, this person, they're right financially, they have family, they're leveling up in life, they got a lot of good stuff going on. So then why are they in the 5 of Swords? Well, because you took time off on your own to go through your own thing. Yeah, you've got focused on solutions. Now, this person's energy is by any means necessary, a must, determination. So this person was very determined. With that King of Wands energy, I am getting they're showing me some hostility, an energy of hostility, and the varying degrees of that, right? So it could be hostility to the point of just they thinking some crazy thoughts inside their head, and that's self-sabotaging them. Because the 5 of Swords is a self-sabotage card. It's like your own thoughts are betraying you. You got that cross-current energy, what we were talking about in the beginning. Okay. Whew. This person's so determined, to get what they want, and they block themselves off from what they want by being so determined in some sort of way. Oh, but this person has a secret, because we have the song Secret from Maroon 5 coming out. I know I don't know you, but I want you so bad. Everyone has a secret. Oh, can they keep it? Oh, no, they can't. So, somebody here, secrets, can't keep it. Yeah, look at this. In their physical experience, stealth. They were being sneaky about something. Somebody on the other side of the table being sneaky. In relate. Okay, they said somebody was a relative, wasn't really a relative, or something sneaky about relatives, or they were very sneaky. I get, not really, mental manipulator. Somebody here was a mental manipulator. That's why they self-sabotaging. That's why they trying to self-sabotage you. In some type of way, this person wanted to, I heard with the 10 of Pentacles, King of Wands, they wanted you to make them your world. They wanted you to make them your world, because you have this powerful energy flow coming to you right now. In some type of way, this person is aware of that. They could feel it. They could know it. They could have clear visual abilities that allow them to see the energy flow in some type of way. I believe we all have different superpowers. And the thing of it is, they had a secret. They could see an energy coming to you, and they got in here to try to divide you from that. Yeah, they tried to sneak in, and like what I see is like a mean kid cuts in the front of the line so they could get in first before you get yours, and then that's the end of the pies. There's no more pie left. That kid cut me. Now, it's a limitless universe. It's infinite potential. So there's always more pie. But the fact of the matter is, you have built this whole energy up. And what it was by accepting this one in your experience, you create a cross-current energy. And it's like putting your own walls up. We talked about being grateful for the walls. Well, now you know about putting up walls. Some walls we're grateful for, like the 4 walls that surround me. Well, there's a lot more than 4 walls. But anyways, you get the point. But other walls, like cross-current energy, people who are low vibe trying to become a black hole in between me and all my blessings. Because see, that light is flowing right to your head, And somebody wanted to be this mountain in between you and it, and take up all that energy when really all this light is supposed to be shining down on you. I love the way this works. They had me pick this card up on perfect timing for a perfect purpose that I've never seen that in this card before. But see, the thing about you is you're staying in between the lane. You're staying in your own lane. See the lane markers on the card? Yeah, you're staying in your own lane, honey, and that's looking like that 1111 energy that's come through the cards. Where did I see 1111 energy? It came through somewhere here. And then I see it in the Four of Swords. It was somewhere else. Oh, the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Yes, and that was in the situation. That was it when the 1111 energy came out. The 1111 energy is the line markers on the path that you are on. The light is still calling you in. As long as you stay in between those parameters, you're going to be good. And what are those parameters? I'm hearing the altimeter reading for your frequency, your vibration. Yeah, how high are you vibing? You want to stay right, at least right in here. As long as you stay right in here, you're going to get there anyways, no matter what. Because I'm hearing you're going to be low vibe enough to blast through this mountain. In other words, you're going to have to use some shadow traits to get through this obstacle, especially if you don't feel like you've already overcome it. And in additional ones that might come in the future in other experiences. Because we understand that balance represented by the yin-yang shows us and teaches us that within the white half there is that spot of dark. This is the masterful use of the shadow. And in the dark half of the yin-yang, we have the white spot, which is the what's the best word? Shadow use. Thank you. The shadow use of the light energy. In there, you find religious oppression and racism. And by the way, did you know that I found the cure for racism? I did. Have more mixed race babies. Yeah, baby. I had them. I did my part. I'm a mixed race baby, and I had more mixed race babies. I love it. Okay. Yeah. Staying in the parameter, staying in a higher vibe. It doesn't matter because see, that higher vibe that you're in is taking you right there anyways. Now that shadow you have puts you at a vibrational resonance enough to be able to blast this out of here, but you got to have the right mixture of shadow and light to do it. In other words, that white half of that yin yang has that little spot of black in the center of it, and it is the perfect recipe, the perfect quantities of each, the perfect amounts of each, perfect dosages of each, the perfect use and expression of each, in order to help you to move through and blast through this energy. And so, again, that's you coming into balance with yourself, okay? With yourself on the spiritual. The divine feminine and the divine masculine energies melding, blending, coming together in a beautiful way, working cohesively like partners. Hey, yay! That's you and you. You're in alignment with you. You're taking care of you. Whew. On the other side of the table, they don't like your accomplishments, I heard. Accomplishment is here in reverse. This is what was going on with them inside their inner world. They didn't like your accomplishments. How you younger than me and you done accomplished that much more than me, and I'm sitting here like a bump in a log and I ain't doing nothing. Somebody here for somebody, this was a relative who was very jealous about your accomplishments. So they were sneaky. They smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. Yeah, but you're focused on success here. You getting an opportunity and windfall. It looks like there's big changes coming in your life, and you can sense it, you can feel it. And you're looking to change your point of focus. You've been doing that. You've been coming transparent, but you realize somebody or something else hasn't been transparent with you. You thought it would be always and forever, but you had to make a choice, a decision to separate, remove yourself from it. And like this is taking your determination and your wisdom to keep you advancing forward. Okay. What you need to know, Eight of Pentacles. What you need to know when Eight of Pentacles for me comes out is a karmic cycle. And there's plenty of work to do here. And then we have this raccoon. Or is it a lemur? Which one is it? I think it's a lemur. They said, read it from the book. Why don't you? Hold on. We're going to read a card from the book. And anyways, he's like doing super ninja moves. And what I tell you, you're a spiritual ninja. You can get through all this. They might be ninjas, spiritual ninjas. Think about the ninjas, how they move with stealth. You know what I'm saying? They always know when to turn the corner, when to cut this way, when to move, when to duck, when to walk, when to run. And they don't talk until it's time to talk. They don't. Okay. Let's find this card and see what this book. This book is awesome. They're saying I really should have been reading the whole book the whole time through. All right. Looks like you have a big goal in your binoculars. The Eight of Pentacles says the best way to reach it is via, and it has public transportation crossed out. So the public isn't going to take you there. Public transportation is crossed out. Continuing on the book, focus, discipline, and a supersized portion of determination. In other words, put some motivational jock rock on those headphones and start meat punching, board breaking, and whatever else gets you in the mood for all around ass kicking. Be it starting a new career or learning a new skill, you're committed to becoming the very best after version of you. And the universe is cheering you on. Just don't make it watch you drink raw eggs. I am a champion and I conquer everything I touch. Whoops, didn't mean to conquer that entire quiche. So you've conquered a whole bunch of stuff and you took on and conquered some extra stuff that you didn't even need to in these karmic cycles. That's what I got. I love the first clarifier I see as I look down is the Wheel of Fortune. And I love because the Wheel of Fortune is the end of karmic cycles. You've leveled up from that cycle. You learned the skills, the traits, whatever it was trying to show you. You transmuted the energy. Now you're ready for a new day. And what it usually takes is a walking away. Or walking away. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So there's accomplishing a level of mastery there. Okay. 3, it's a creative energy and it's taking you to the Ace of Pentacles is what you need to know. So not only for some of you let go of a situation because there's third party energy involved, and that doesn't have to be romantic. It could be anybody or anything that is taking so much focus from whoever was involved in this, that it was distraction. For somebody here, you're a mother of 3 kids. And if that's you, you just walked away with your 3 kids. Okay. Somebody just inherited 3 kids. I got that as well. Somebody just inherited 3 kids in some type of way. In regards to your spirituality, you have a very creative energy right now. It's like what you think about manifests, it comes about. With the Page of Cups comes out. With the Ace of Pentacles there. So it's like focusing on what you want is coming in. And you've done it enough the wrong way. Like I said, oh man, I'm a really powerful manifestor because all I do is focus on bullshit. And all I got is bullshit. Hold on. I didn't mean to say that. So understand that in the beginning, you're going to catch yourself on the backside of already having said some stuff that wasn't beneficial to you. The more you practice it, before you know it, you'll say it. You'll catch yourself right after you said it. And then you keep practicing and catching yourself. Then you're going to catch yourself right when you was about to open your mouth and say it. And then you'll catch yourself when it's a thought. And then with continued practice and persistence in practice of getting a mastery over your mind and choosing your point of focus more advantageously, you will catch it before it's a thought. There's no need to catch it because it'll be gone. And you won't want to focus there at all. You'll learn to focus differently. All the while you're letting go of focusing on that, you still need to water something. You still need to focus on something. So you're choosing the most advantageous point of focus. Completely creating a change in your physical experience. From the signature series, we have my business logo coming out next. Business logo coming out next. So something you've been working on, showing great progress, but it's been a long time coming. But you knew the change was going to come, and now the change is here. I don't know who is texting me. Hold on. shut that on silent. Message. The message was this. You say, I don't know who is texting me. So is it somebody new coming in your experience? You don't know who the next test coming from, but you can move through this with the ninja. Skills of a ninja, honey. Interesting. You've done enough in one cycle. I'm getting in this new cycle. You're gonna. So in the first cycle, you figured out you were a spiritual ninja. Then you got like well-round practice at being that spiritual ninja. In the second cycle here, this you're coming into now. You're coming into a new cycle. In this new cycle, oh, you got skills, you got mastery, you got accomplishment under your belt. And then what you need to know is the song, Let's Get It On. I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Let's get it on. Yeah. We're all sensitive people with so much to give. Understand me, sugar, since we've got to be here. Let's live. I love you. So I feel like this is a love song from you to you, God to you to your higher self. I really feel like this is a very spiritual conversation. Some of you might be feeling this way coming up with a new experience, a new person coming into your life. If that's true, it could be of any zodiac sign, and it doesn't really matter. You'll know it when they do. That is totally happening for some. But I get for everybody who's watching, you're in a new spiritual state at this point where you're more united with yourself instead of fracturing yourself and, giving yourself away to these relationships. You're ready for your best life now because now you understand how to speak up for yourself. You know how to communicate your needs, your wants, your desires, how to set up these boundaries, all of that. And you ready, baby. You ready. Look, you saying, let's get it on. You singing the song about what? About your harvest. This is what you need to know. Keep on speaking out that harvest, baby. If you knew that life was a self-fulfilling prophecy, what would you be speaking right now? Because it is. It is, it already is. From your lips to God's ears. Thank you, Nancy, for the best phrase Nancy ever gave me. Thank you. Yes, I will. They said, can you make a card for that, please? And thank you. I'm like, yes, I will. From your lips to God's ears. Speak it out. The universe hears. The universe and all things here, I hear. But it's so advantageous when you do it from a higher vibrational standpoint because the energy is flowing strong. So remember, the key to all this is to get that energy moving in a higher vibrational way. So dance, boogie wonderland. Do that first. Spirit is always right there waiting for you, just waiting. And the only thing holding it back is you. Talking about, I don't know, talking about lack, talking about I can't, never did it before, it ain't gonna work. Stop casting that spell. Stop casting that curse. Somebody here, I'm cursed. It's a generational curse on my family. Yeah, it said y'all keep cursing yourselves by the words coming out your mouth. Can you switch I'm cursed to I'm blessed? Because you blessed, honey. You are blessed. Even if they try to create blockages, you're still getting it because you are it. As long as you're remembering that you are blessed. Checking for your blessings. Blessings check. If you're watching this on the live right now, go ahead and comment in there. Blessings check. What's your blessing? Right now, you got a blessing. Something that ain't related to this show, but it's in your environment. What is it? What's your point of focus? That you know you're grateful for that. You appreciate that. Connecting is what you need to know. You're connecting spiritually with what you want as you're communicating. Your harvest time is here. It's harvest time, baby. It is harvest time. That's what you need to know. It is harvest time. When it's harvest time, it's ready. It's here. It's now. It's time to eat. It's time to eat, baby. It's time to go big grocery shopping. It's time to get that deep freezer. Hey, all right. Message. The guidance is the 10 of Wands. Is it the straw that broke the camel's back? That message was on repeat a night or two ago when I was preparing for the show. The straw that broke the camel's back. And it was a strong illustration of that. It said, what the book say about that? Let's find out. So you've climbed achievement peak. Congrats. Now you get to enjoy everything that comes with being on top, namely endless parades of annoying burdens and a complete lack of free time. It's true that achievement often pairs with overwhelm and a nice earthly cheese, but it doesn't have to. If you're on the verge of burnout, save some of your wick for things that don't put gray in your hair. Delegate responsibilities, prioritize your to-do list, and fend off any thieves who try to steal your free time. You only get one life, not counting reincarnation. But let's just delegate those tasks when we come to them. I give myself permission to be the kind of do-it-all, constantly prepared, superhuman, who also sometimes throws their phone in a ditch and takes 2 naps in a row. I love this deck. I love it. Break time. Guidance. The Hangman. And the 8 of Swords. Ooh, and I heard, do you have to or do you get to? Another card. They're really on me with the cards tonight. So, do you have to or do you get to? You don't have to do nothing. The truth is you don't have to do nothing and you'll have just that. You don't have to do nothing. Get that in your head right here and now. You don't have to do nothing. You get to do anything. Do you have to or get to? You don't have to do nothing. Get that out of your head. A have to makes it drudgery. It makes it not nice at all. It makes it even, I heard, painful. It's a hard energy. Anything you have to do, you don't want to do. You get to. Persevere and you will overcome problems. You've been on this road for a long time. You get to go to work today. You get to do the show today. You get to get up and make your bed and wash your dishes and wash your booty. You get to wash laundry because the laundry room is right there in the house. You get to go get in your car and drive to work and be there 5 minutes late and still be okay. You get to go grocery shopping today. You get to do these things. You get to go home and take care of your children or your grandchildren today. Or you got to or you get to. Do you have to or do you get to? Is it a privilege? It is a privilege. And when you find out how that's true, like some grandmothers don't hardly ever get to see their grandsons or their grandchildren. I get to see mine every day, and I'm so grateful for that. I get to play it out all the time, active role. And you know what? I needed that shift change because before it's like, I always have to take care of the babies. My daughter working so much, she's doing this and that and the other. I always have to take care of the babies. I used to have that mentality about them at one point. But I caught myself early on in this, thank God. And I realized, I'm grateful. I'm so appreciative that I get to see my grandchildren all the time as they're growing up. And they know me. And I know them. And we're close like that. I'm so grateful for that. It's not a got to, it's a get to. So many, I know women who have grandchildren, they're not allowed to see them at all. So it's all about, do you get to or do you have to? Is your glass half full or half empty? Are you looking at what's right about the situation or what's wrong with the situation? Like, yeah. Okay. Keep going. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Taking movement, taking action, communicating. The 6 of Swords, to make things easier. They did talk about delegating. They talked about the determination. That's the second time the word determination came out in your reading today. Determination. You're so determined. Your determination is there. Delegate. Get help. Ask for help. Put down the things that aren't yours. If it's not your burden, why are you carrying it? If it's yours, it either is you or it came out of you. And even once they get so old, you can't do everything for your children. Otherwise, they won't learn how to do things for themselves. Words cannot express my appreciation for you, for all you have done and all you do. Gratitude is the attitude that pays, baby. Absolutely, yes. Is your money funny? Is it not enough? Is it unstable, or is it always showing up when you need it? You've always had it. At least what in they're saying, get rid of the at least or just. Leave all that out of the conversation. I always have some. Keep $1. Don't spend your last dollar. Keep $1. If you're going to spend your last dollar, give it away. Make it magical for them. Let it be a blessing to somebody else. Because if you go give it in that energy, that's the energy it's going to come back to you in. Works really well when you're doing it anonymously. And they don't even know. But you move from the soul. Because what you give, you get. And what you have, you always have more of. And what you don't have, or what you don't have enough of, will continue to be not enough and not having. Simple mind mechanics. But the repetitiveness of the message is so important because humans learn best by repetition. Okay, in the guidance. How did you know? 'Cause I never told, but you found out. I've got a crush on you. The words you read, my heart's been displayed. You found out. I got a crush on you. You must have heard it from my best friend. She's always talking when she should be listening. Can't keep a secret to save her life. But I still trusted her with all I felt inside. I never knew a rumor could spread so fast. From the Jets. Crush on you. So, guidance. Keep the crush on you. Keep the crush on you. In other words, keep it between you and spirit. Keep it between you and spirit. Keep it between you and spirit. And when you're in spirit, because spirit is picking up on your vibes. What happens so once you make it past your own brain, giving you all the recalled memories, attachments, and synaptic patternings that align with the possibility of being an answer here, which are not an answer here, because the divine is who gave it, and that's all that could explain it. And you just that's where your faith comes in. That's where your belief comes in, which is at the base of this whole reading here with the words of clarity. Your belief. Express appreciation for it. As it is, it already is. So spirit gives you this epiphany, this download, a great idea about your life. It could be about your finances. It could be about your career path. It could be a glimpse into your day on the stage at a stadium filled with a whole bunch of people, big as Mile High Stadium used to be. But what stadium is it? Is it the new stadium they just built in town? And everybody's come to hear what you've got to say, seeing, look at your art, something like that, something amazing from your heart. Spirit gave you that vision. How can you express gratitude for it and let go of the concern and surrender to it, as Spirit's going to guide you as long as you believe? And don't worry about what the mind is conceived as possible, what places to file it in your memory bank, because it doesn't have those attachments. But also, you don't want to go talking to the people out there about it either, because now you're dealing with them and their memory bank and what it can pull out to try to explain to you. All that shit is just salt on your game, resistance on your path. In your spiritual or in your physical experience, in the outcome spark, they're saying you're going to get that gotta take a dump urge to do something. You're going to get this spark, this epiphany, this idea. It's coming to you. This is why you needed this explanation of how we explain downloads. Because it's coming to you. Gotta take a dump urge. When you feel that gotta take a dump urge, you get your butt up and you move straight to the nearest restroom. Hopefully it's at home, you say, where I have all my luxuries there. Sometimes, even if you don't have your luxuries, though, you finna find someplace that you don't care. Okay, also in your physical experience, guidance, balance. There's a spark coming into you, an epiphany that's coming into you. Okay, there's it's more than an epiphany, though. The epiphany is that you've aligned with something in the physical 3D experience. That's what you're going to be having an epiphany of. Yeah. You're aligning with something in your physical 3D experience. You're going to be like, oh man, I saw this. It's actually beginning to happen now. Whenever you watch this video. It doesn't matter what year it is or what date it is. Okay. Starting spiritually, okay, in the spiritual position. Yeah, Spirit's like, okay, it's go time. And there's a way, give me the green light. Give me just one night. I'm ready to go right now. Yeah. I heard green light. Pistol in the party don't seem right. It's about to be a fucking green light. Yeah, it's a green light time. You don't need no little pistol-headed people in your car on this green light. Okay, it's go time. That's why you've been removing all these situations. And if you didn't remove them, something happened to remove them for you. Because they were a frustration in your spirit. Your energy was too frustrated around someone. All right, let's get you a single round from the I Know Trivia to put a pretty bow on this. And then we'll pull your postcard from Spirit. And so if anybody sent me a donation of $10 or more because you want your personal message read, because you have a personal question or you just want a personal general message, whatever, now's the time to put in the comment box where I can find that. Okay. And this is part of why we're only going to have tribe members commenting in the future, because all these extra announcements. Okay. Sloth comes out. Interesting. The sloth. Look at its nails. What are the nails representing on the spiritual? The sloth, I love its nails because they remind me of my own long-ass stiletto nails. I mean, hello, people. It's perfect. Anyways, the point is, sloths, the nails cut through the negativity. And it's a tree hugger. Look at it. It's a tree hugger. And when I think sloth, I think slow moving. So slow. You might be slow moving, but it's time to move now. Okay. But let's see what we have coming out from trivia. For your true or false question, sloths are in the same family as koala bears. False. They are not in the same family as koala bears. In the multiple choice question, a sloth's fur is often covered in which of these substances? Is it algae, mucus, or oil? A sloth's fur is often covered in algae. Okay. And what continent are sloths native to? Sloths are native to South America. So we talked about the slow-moving energy. That's kind of like this. The longer you sit with this person in their energy, you form algae from sitting in stagnant water. And I just had a whole conversation with a beautiful client of mine across the nail table about stagnancy and how I had some resistance to the use of that word. So, sloth, spirit animal. Let's see what comes up about the sloth here. Sloth spirit animal is a patient guide who also expects restraint, moderation, and composure from you. There's a joke about a person praying for patience with the caveat of give it to me now. Sloth does not work spontaneously or impetuously. And that is from whatismyspiritanimal.com. Interesting. From the website subconsciousservant.com, it says, hold on a second. Rather than seeing the sloth as lazy, let's look at this little creature that needs to conserve energy, and one that requires more relaxation than most. Because of your spiritual functioning, you need to conserve your energy. You need to protect your energy. You have a powerful creative energy. This is like when I've sat here and told you, like I've been in situations where I was arguing with somebody. I'm like, look, now that I have to have this unnecessary argument with you, I heard, did you have to or did you get to? They got jokes. Now that I'm having this unnecessary argument with you, or I was having that unnecessary, I could hear the neighbors out there starting to fight. I could. And it was like, the energy is so noticeable when I stop focusing in a high vibration around me. Everybody gets agitated. If I'm pissed off, the whole place gets pissed off. Stuff starts happening. People are in tune and aware of the effects of whether you're feeling great or whether you're feeling like shit, how you're vibing and how you're influencing the energy around you. But I feel like you already have in so many ways. You need more relaxation because what you're doing. If you are happy spending most of your time just relaxing and thinking, not particularly ambitious, but have a kind, caring, diplomatic, rather shy and non-confrontational character, you could well have the sloth as your spirit animal. We all need relaxation in varying degrees. Who are we to judge how much another needs? Okay. Sloths move extremely slowly, so slowly, in fact, that this helps him remain undetected by would-be predators. I heard if you feel like your business hasn't picked up the way you thought it should have by now, understand that Spirit had you flying high and stealthy. I heard and stealthy. It's like you had a cloaking device on, so they couldn't find you. That only certain energies could find you, and that was productive. But what you're going to see is an increase in those energies coming up because the cause for the need for protection is not present any longer. That energy is shifted. We're not at the grounding of the age of Aquarius anymore. Now the age of Aquarius is grounded. And it was shown to me today in a conversation I had earlier. If you could just imagine that a whole city is placed on top of another city. When it touches down, the first thing that's going to happen is every structure from the old city is going to be gone. That's what Earth experienced with a whole global shutdown. Okay. The energy shifted. Once that happens, with this new energy touching down, you gotta bulldoze the old to build the new. You know what I'm saying? It is cleanup time. So now it's still some cleanup time. If you're in tune with these messages, you're ahead of the curve. You could even be up to 10 years ahead of the curve. They showed me that. Because, yeah, you could be up to 10 years ahead of the curve in order to delay anymore. Okay, so keep going. A lot of eagles flying overhead wouldn't even see a sloth because of how slow he is, okay? He's extremely helpful in teaching us to conserve our energy and avoid detrimental or dangerous situations. That's something you really had to learn. You don't need to put yourself right in the fire, but if you're in the fire because you ended up there, you'll be protected, but you don't really need to do that, In a human world where everything is fast-paced and results are expected instantly, we often experience feelings of complete exhaustion and wipeout. One thing I'm hearing is when spirit gave you that vision, you had the false idea that it's for right now. Oh, it's when I wake up in the morning, this is what's happening. No, baby. This is on your life path. It may be a while. See, I self-prophesied because I've seen it. Oh yeah, when I move out of this location, the city's gonna pay me to move out, and they're gonna tear the building down. Nobody else is ever gonna have my polka dots or my stripes or my mirrors that were in my old studio. And it was the day before COVID, which was about 9 years after I started telling that self prophecy that they actually did come through. The day before the shutdown, I had a visit from a lawyer for the city who bought the place out, and they were paying me to move out. And now that whole location is leveled, and it's my beautiful, artistic, creative, loving, kind, generous, love and peace and happiness energy that is grounded there permanently. Nobody else is going to go there and change it. Interesting. Enter the sloth spirit who can warn us it is time to slow down and take time out to look after ourselves and give both our body and mind a rest. Be wary of people who want to take your energy. In the last reading, was it when the vampire came out? It was this morning, yes. So the download right before this. And that vampire energy was there. And it turns out Quintus was just a bad guy. Just a bad guy. Okay. One of the sloth's greatest assets is its ability to teach us diplomacy. With so many stressful situations arising in our everyday lives, quite often we can get easily irritated and react in ways we later regret. With the sloth's character being that of a super chilled out creature, it will approach things in a far more balanced way and manage to resolve them without stress or conflict. Seeking a peaceful and tranquil outcome is a sloth's way of managing potential problematic scenarios. The sloth animal spirit can also teach us to be patient. All of that lounging around, basking in the sun-drenched treetops makes our furry little friend the master of patience. He's in a hurry for no one and nothing. Whilst we humans are in such a rush chasing the next deadline, he can help us to slow down, observe, and think about things before charging headlong into situations that could backfire on us. The well-known saying that must have been coined with this wonderfully patient creature is all good things come to those who wait. It's a very adaptable creature. He's learned to invite a whole host of creatures to live in his fur, not least of all the moth. So, interesting. Guidance invites a whole bunch of creatures to live in his fur. This allows him to grow algae on his fur, which provides him with extra blue-green camouflage. This is perfect for helping to conceal him in the rainforest environment. So, this is interesting. You might have some low vibrational energies around you, but they're very manageable. That's part of your shield. It's interesting. It's part of your shield. Manageable low vibrational energies. In other words, it's not that you're managing their energy. You can manage your energy and sustain in your character, even if that person is having a bad moment or being low vibe in some type of way. They don't throw you off your game. You stay in character. It's providing a smoke screen. Well, all that stuff is going to be unnecessary moving forward because they said already it's the new energy now. So some of you are gonna have this experience happen where ones who've been important in your circle are gonna naturally gravitate out of your circle now. No hard feelings, no problems, no issues. It's just gonna happen on its own. Moving away, moving to another place, moving to another job, fell in love, and now they don't come around no more. Something gonna happen in a natural way. You're not gonna have to do nothing. It's just gonna happen. Oh, I love this. As much as a sloth loves nothing more than to lounging around all day, he can also be quick to act should a predator come his way by swiping his long claws to fend off adversaries. What did I tell you the spiritual meaning of the long nails was? Cut through negativity. Because at some point I said, there's got to be a reason why I like long nails and long hair. So I did research. And this is the same as the information. It's not the exact same information, but it's the same story, same point. Fending off adversaries, fending off negativity. During floods, he can drop down from the treetops into the water below and not just survive, but most surprising of all, he makes an excellent swimmer. You mean he's able to navigate emotions? Oh, water represents emotions in tarot. This adaptability allows a sloth spirit animal to show us how to deal with changes in our lives, teaching us how to adapt to different situations, when to keep our heads down and when to act, but making sure we do so calmly and diplomatically. I can't stop. Those who identify with him will often be shy characters, but also possess an extremely creative side. Being very creative thinkers, they spend much of their time conjuring up ideas, often using so much energy thinking about them that they never actually get any further than their thoughts. Pause. So when I went to work, when I was married, my ex and I worked together. We went to work together and we came home together. And it's like, why do I have to come home from the job and do all the housework while you just sit here and chill? Well, because your job is physical. See, I worked in the office 100% with the customers from concepts to completion, including invoice and everything in between, sourcing products, making sure products were created. And my ex worked in the warehouse, moving boxes all day. So in my ex mind, physical work was so much more harder than mental work, because that job was physical and mine was mental. So that's why I should have to do work at home. I quit cooking and cleaning every day after work. I'm not doing this. I'm not making you a homemade dinner while you sit here. I want to sit here and chill too. You're going to have to figure out something else. So that's when we started learning how to get homemade food at restaurants and takeout and hot delis and stuff like that. Anyways, you get the point. And didn't they say it's time to delegate? For some of you, the answer is that easy. You have enough money. You need to save some time. Go find you a restaurant, get some pickup, takeout. It doesn't have to be fast food. Go to a hot deli. If they have a Mexican grocery store in your neighborhood, they got a hot deli. Go in that thing and get you some homemade food. A lot of restaurants do. A lot of grocery stores do. Get you something. You don't have to stress yourself out. Maybe those kids is big enough to cook for themselves already. Or do they own grocery shopping? What is it? There's something here about that as well coming through about delegating, okay? Because you need your brain free to think. And that's why my purpose is too important for me to be stressed out about some woman that don't know how to act grown and want to act like a little girl in my energy field. So I'd rather be single until another grown-ass, mature woman who's ready to be a part of, girl, our planets are coming in alignment. You want to jump over here and conjure me? Because I ain't leaving my planet. But you come over here if you like. See, my planet has a whole potential. We're like Jupiter. We're expansion, baby. So, you can stay over there on Mars if you want to, but I'm on Venus over here. Somebody say, I'm on Venus. This is about that love energy. I'm not staying in that warring energy. You can come over here if you want to, but if you're going to come over here, you got to go. That's the fork in the road. And notice the planets are only in alignment for a certain period of time. They only come next to each other for a certain amount of time. It's like the beginning of the song Matrimony from Wale with the Jerry Seinfeld skit in the beginning. You got to go listen to that. It's amazing. If they're going to come into your world, the only way they can come into your world, they got to be down with your purpose. Are you down to ride with my purpose? I got a whole big old purpose. Are you down to ride with me? It's like that for you too. If they're not, they got to go. It's that simple. Maybe somebody else who's going that same way down the same fork in the road might be somebody who wants to jump on your planet. If your planet has a lot greater chance of coming in alignment with their planet, if y'all are at least headed in the same direction or on the same road, I'm just saying, you can't be on different roads, same direction, no. Opposite direction, same, no, that don't work either. Okay. You need your headspace clear so you can channel these messages. I must admit, though, anytime I did have issues in any personal experiences in my life, if I come through a reading, I get to feeling better because it allows me to detach from myself and go back to the source. Go back to the source. Go back to the source. What Who do you talk to that helps you go back to the source? That line in the middle of the card, back to the source, a conversation that takes you back to the source. For a lot of you, this is the conversation that takes you back to the source. Sitting here and listening to these messages every day takes you back to the source. And why can I say that confidently? Because you've written that to me so many times. You've written that to me so many times in different ways and different days. I love when I wake up to your beautiful confirming comments and messages and emails and purchases and all this stuff that just lets me know, yeah, you said you'd be happy if it was just one. And look at all these ones you got. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. It's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Honey, you're here to floss and gloss. You got to floss and gloss. You have a whole life purpose. Can't nobody do it like you. I bet you can't do it like me. I bet you can't do it like me. They sure can't. Nobody does tarot like me because, first off, they don't got nails like this. So they literally can't physically do it like me. But I do my own thing. I'm using my own decks. What is it like that for you that you're so proud of? It lights you up. Do that. Maybe the way you raise your kids, love your kids. Boom. You're like, yeah, I'm the best mom out here. I love my kids. Look at my kids. My kids are, I don't know. What is it? You make that pie? Girl, you make a pie like that. Can you send me some, or can you just come cook with my? I got a whole kitchen. You could borrow it. Make me some pie, baby. Okay, anyways, what are we doing here? We're going back to the sloth energy because there's something else there as well, they said. The sloth also has the ability to rotate its head 270 degrees. Hold on a sec. Where did that go? It has the ability to rotate its head 270 degrees. 2 plus 7 plus 0 equals 9. 9 is the philanthropist number. It is the hermit. It is the one who's found the light and can shine the light for others. 270 degrees. That's a lot. That's like 2/3 of the way around its neck. It can go over. It's actually over 2/3 of the way. 120 degrees is 1/3. So it goes 240 would be 2/3. It could go more than, 3/4 of the way, maybe around. That's crazy. They could just spin their head. So what that's saying, you have this ability, use it to see things from, like, you can see everything around you. This is giving me the energy of the overstanding card. Thank you. Overstanding card. Are we done? Because I'm going to stop looking for this. Yeah, we're done. Okay. Hold on. Thereby symbolizing their incredible psychic vision. Okay. Just being and living their own sloth-like way, being at peace with themselves and the world around them, having a kind heart and harmonious spirit can teach us to appreciate a simplistic way of living without complication or stress. And in this message is so much about thinking in a simplistic way to where you're not complicating it with all the stresses. Get back to the basics. We started off talking about what you're grateful for here. So for our final message for today, we have the postcard from Spirit. It says, "Dearest you, we bet you must be so exhausted some days. Giving as much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in service to the highest good can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath, book a massage, read a novel, buy yourself flowers or plant some in your garden. Make time for self-care, not more work on yourself. By tending to yourself now, you are reminded to do so more often. And be sure to use a word that might have caused you anxiety in the past, but is essential for your well-being now. No. Say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain. Just gently say no. Gently but firmly. Then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished and ready for more adventure. We love you so very much." And why I didn't say the whole you need to say no, but we said it enough in what we did say. But I swear I was going to say that. It's a whole sentence. You don't need to offer anything else. They don't get it, not your problem. No, because I said no. You need to do them like I do my grandmas. Well, Grandma, why can't we have candy, juice, play, go to the park, whatever they want? Why can't I get in it? No, because I said no. That's why. No. Well, where are we going? Over there. You'll find out when I tell you to get out the car. We're going over there. For some of y'all, God is really talking to you this way right now. I'm just saying. All right. What a beautiful message today. We have some new additions to the deck. And we'll be back with more. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. Yeah.